wonderful friends. Good to see you on this platform again. I am Adedayo. I'll be taking here 8 science, and we are going to be continuing from where we stopped the last time. Remember the last time we talked about crude oil and petrochemicals. Crude oil and petrochemicals. Alright. I just put out some notes so that you can remember what we have learned. Remember, crude oil, this is the definition. Crude oil is a dark brown or greenish inflammable liquid made up of hydrocarbons. Crude oil can be dark brown or greenish. It's highly inflammable. That means anything fire or anything that has the power of inflammation must not be put close to crude oil. Now, and it's made up of hydrocarbons. So we'll be talking about hydrocarbons in our next lesson. Okay? 2. Remember I told you that professionals who specialize in the search of crude oil are called geophysicists. That means those people that used to know where crude oil is or is located and used to use their machine to know where the oil known as crude oil is located in the ground, they are called geophysicists. You may not know their name. That is the name they are called. People that used to make research on the place where crude oil is in the ground, they are called geophysicists. Okay? Also remember we talked about geophone. Geophone is an equipment used to send signals into the ground or sea. So this geophone is a very long equipment that you can make research on your phone and check the diagram. You can type geophone and see the image yourself. It's an equipment. What is it used for? It's used to send signal into the ground or sea for the person that is the geophysicist to know if there is oil in a particular region or place. Now let me now talk about hydrophone. Hydrophone is an instrument used to detect underlying oil. If this phone sends signal to the ground, the hydrophone will be used to detect the real place the oil is. Okay, we talk about crude oil was first discovered at Olobiri in Bayelsa State in 1956. This was the year crude oil was first seen in Nigeria. Crude oil was first discovered at Olubiri in Bayelsa State in 1956. This was the first year that we got our own oil. Before then, we used to get oil from abroad. Okay, now let's look at the following information. Note, when crude oil is found to exist in commercial quantity, anything commercial means more than enough, or in other words means something of plenty value or plenty ratio. So when crude oil is found to exist in commercial quantity, drilling rigs are used for its extraction. So there's a kind of machine like the network pole. They take it about and they use it to drill the oil from the ground. That's when it's in a large quantity. Okay, let's continue with the lesson. This process is called oil production. That is the process of drilling oil from the ground is called oil production. Now practically, what is extracted is called petroleum. Yes, what is extracted from that crude oil mainly is called petroleum, which is a mixture of liquid, gaseous and solid hydrocarbons. The petroleum we are talking about is made up of liquid, gaseous and solid hydrocarbons. The natural gas can be liquefied and stored in gas cylinders and used for cooking. Now, when we talk about crude oil, I told you the last time, this word crude oil is not just petroleum. Yes, the main thing that can be taken or extracted from hydrocarbon, when we talk about crude oil, the main oil we get from crude oil is petroleum. Take note. The main oil gotten or extracted from petroleum from crude oil is petroleum. So after the extraction of petroleum, there are other oil left. The remaining oils are oils like engine oil, natural gas, that is the one you use to fill your cylinder to cook at home, diesel, absorber oil, kerosene, another type of oil. So the main oil gotten from crude oil is petroleum. Other extra, that is other ones that are left, are the formation of the examples I have just mentioned to you. So natural gas is used for what? Cooking. You must have seen your gas cylinder being filled with oil in the what? In the filling station or wherever you fill it up. Alright, the liquid hydrocarbon is what we refer to as crude oil. The liquid hydrocarbon is what we refer to as crude oil. So crude oil is the combination of hydrocarbon. What actually forms crude oil is hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon is the combination of pentane, hexane, propane, and mentopropane. Hydrocarbon is the combination of mentane, hexane, propane, and mentopropane. So those particles, we'll be learning them in the next class, and how they form crude oil through the use of some chemicals found in the ground, and when they are extracted, they are mixed up and they form what we know as petroleum. Okay, crude oil is found in many other parts of the world. Then when we talk about crude oil can be found in almost all parts of the world. Not all parts, but almost all. In Africa, we can get crude oil in many countries in Africa. In America, they have a lot of oil. Asia, a lot of oil. Europe, a lot of oil. And Middle East, a lot of oil. Now, let's look at Nigeria. Let's look at states where we get crude oil from. In Nigeria, crude oil is mainly found in the Niger Delta region. When we talk about Niger Delta region, there are many, 2 or 3 states like that put together or more. But the main state under Niger Delta region is the Bayelsa. The main state under the Niger Delta region is Bayelsa State. So crude oil is mainly found in Niger Delta and mostly in Bayelsa State. Now, comprising the following states: Abia, we can get oil in Abia; Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Ondo, Imo, and Rivers. These are the states where we can get crude oil in Nigeria, mostly found in Bayelsa and sometimes Delta State. Now, activity for you to do. We refer liquid hydrocarbon to as dash. We refer liquid hydrocarbon to as dash. 2. The Niger Delta region is what state in particular? I want the main state that is known as Niger Delta. The main one that is known as what? Niger Delta. Now, list 3 other products we can get from crude oil. Aside from petroleum, list 3 other oil we can get from crude oil. At this point in junction, I would like to draw the curtain. Thank you for staying with me. See, I see you in the next class. Goodbye.